More than 100 personnel and 41 agencies have been involved in the search for Wells since she was reported missing from her home in the Beach Creek community Tuesday night.
Foul play involved, and is there any history with this family?
The family are cooperating, and it's really too early to tell. We're still basically just gathering information, and we're in the search mode right now.
Around 11 this morning, it's switched from missing child alerts.
Here's a comprehensive breakdown and exploration of the reasoning behind the transition from an endangered child alert to an Amber Alert in Summer Wells' case, especially considering the absence of a vehicle. I'll also provide detailed distinctions between these alert types. Differences between Endangered Child Alert and Amber Alert. Endangered Child Alert. This is typically issued for missing children when there is concern for the child's safety, but without sufficient evidence of abduction. The goal is to alert the public to be vigilant without assuming any specific suspect or motive. Amber Alert issued when authorities have reasonable evidence that a child has been abducted and is in imminent danger. Requirements for an Amber Alert include the belief that the child is in danger of serious bodily harm or death. This alert aims for swift public engagement to locate a child in immediate risk. Purpose and protocols. Amber Alerts mobilize resources more intensively and have stringent criteria, while Endangered Child Alerts are issued when there is worry for the child's well-being but insufficient data to confirm an abduction. Activation process. The transition from an Endangered Child Alert to an Amber Alert may happen as new information is gathered or concerns about imminent risk escalate, even without identifying a suspect or vehicle. Public engagement level. Amber Alerts use wider-reaching networks, including highway signs, media broadcasts, and more detailed, urgent public warnings, aiming for maximum public assistance. Possible reasons for the shift from Endangered Child Alert to Amber Alert without a vehicle. Escalation in perceived risk. After assessing the details surrounding Summer Wells' case, investigators may have concluded that she was likely taken by someone, despite a lack of suspect or vehicle, warranting an Amber Alert. Timeline gaps or new evidence. By June 16th, investigators might have encountered gaps in the timeline, suggesting higher risks than initially thought. Physical and geographic vulnerability. Summer Wells was a young child in a rural, secluded area, which could indicate that she was vulnerable to exploitation, increasing urgency. Media and public pressure. Heightened media attention and community concerns may have influenced authorities to amplify the alert status to ensure extensive public engagement. Family and environmental factors. Details about Summer's family and environment might have raised red flags, supporting a shift to an Amber Alert as officials re-evaluated the case's potential for criminal elements. Search efforts. Progression. If extensive searches failed to reveal her presence nearby, authorities may have inferred that she was taken from the area, justifying an Amber Alert. Law enforcement strategy. Sometimes, increasing the alert level is a tactical decision to use heightened resources and rapid media coverage. Amber Alerts with higher visibility can attract more attention to generate leads. Child's age and physical characteristics. Given her age, Summer would have had limited ability to evade danger independently, raising fears that she had been taken, leading to the Amber Alert status. Previous suspicious activities or calls. Law enforcement could have received previous tips about strange activities near the Wells residence, and without vehicle information, an Amber Alert could ensure all leads were followed. Local and national trends. Given rising concerns about child trafficking and exploitation in the U.S., law enforcement may have chosen to err on the side of caution. Reassessment of endangered status. Initially, authorities may not have considered the risk sufficient for an Amber Alert, but further investigation could have indicated a possible abduction. Absence of concrete leads. When investigations yield minimal progress or promising leads, law enforcement may elevate the alert level, especially in cases of vulnerable young children. Community safety considerations. Authorities may have wanted to warn the public if they felt other children in the area could be at risk. Absence of clear evidence against abduction. The absence of signs pointing to Summer wandering off alone might have further prompted the shift, especially without contradicting signs of an abduction. Increasing likelihood of foul play. Police may have inferred that the lack of leads in Summer's vulnerability increased the likelihood of foul play, warranting an Amber Alert. Desire for broader public involvement. An Amber Alert extends reach, encouraging the public to share information, especially across digital platforms. Assumptions based on previous cases. With some high-profile cases showing children taken by individuals without using a vehicle, authorities might have broadened the criteria. Lack of surveillance or witnesses in rural areas. Limited eyewitnesses or video surveillance can hinder investigation. An Amber Alert increases the likelihood of people sharing useful information from other sources. probable cause of abduction if authorities found evidence or clues suggesting abduction, even without vehicle involvement. They may have felt confident elevating the alert level. Strategic public awareness. The Amber Alert's urgent tone can serve as a strategic tool to gain support and vigilance from the public. Given the media presence and the heightened alert level, this could spur more leads and assistance. This reasoning provides an understanding of why the switch from an endangered child alert to an Amber Alert could have been made without concrete evidence of a vehicle. It's a combination of protocol, situational urgency, and possible indirect evidence that shaped law enforcement's decision.
Since it appears to be that she walked away from the home, why was it upgraded to an Amber Alert? Where might it be?
Well, the bottom line is we don't know where she is at this time. Again, there was the initial search. We acted, and the Sheriff's Office acted on the information available at the time. And as we learned more in the first several hours into today, it led us to issue an Amber Alert.
Well, when the Amber Alert was issued, you said there was new information that led you to believe that someone might be in more danger. Can you expand on that a little bit?
I can't. That's part of the investigation.
Sheriff Paulson mentioned earlier that, he's asking the community folks that you have enough resources here. What's the best for the community? They may feel like they want to help in some regard. How can they help at this time?
If they see something or know something, they need to tell somebody. That's the biggest thing. A lot of people don't want to get involved. They want to reply to us or respond anonymously. That's fine, as long as we find somebody. That's the main thing right now. And we're talking about the Amber Alert. When they raise that up another level, that helps more people paying more attention. You get more clues, you get more calls, and then everybody can call that 1-800-TBI find, and it all goes into a database, which helps us in an area where we don't have a lot of communication anyway. So TBI helps us with that.
And we know the FBI was called in fairly early. Can you kind of explain why that decision was made?
Well, we have an excellent relationship working together, and just like that this case stems outside of Hawkins County, then you have the TBI to help with that. But if it expands on out past the state of Tennessee, then you got the FBI. So we're all on the same page, and we just keep on going. We're just working together as a team. All have the same goal. Let's find Summer.
The FBI's Child Abduction Rapid Deployment Card Team assists in cases of child abductions regardless of whether there is evidence the child crossed state lines. Their involvement isn't solely limited to situations where an Amber Alert is issued or when an interstate abduction is suspected. The card team provides specialized support in any case where abduction is suspected, including cases confined within a single state. Here's how it works. Criteria for card team involvement. The card team is typically activated when local authorities request specialized assistance in a suspected child abduction, particularly if the case involves complex factors such as limited leads, challenging terrain, or the need for advanced investigative resources. Scope of involvement. The team's deployment isn't dependent on whether the child has crossed state lines. They're often brought in to leverage their expertise in handling high-stakes cases involving potential imminent danger, even if the investigation remains local. Amber Alert. Not a requirement. The presence of an Amber Alert can coincide with the card team's involvement, but isn't a prerequisite. The team may be called in regardless of an Amber Alert if the situation warrants intensive investigation. Focus on immediate and critical threats. The card team specializes in quickly mobilizing resources and investigative techniques that are especially crucial in the early stages of a child abduction case, prioritizing any child believed to be in immediate danger. In essence, the FBI's card team steps in when their specialized support is deemed valuable, focusing on abductions with imminent danger or urgent, complex investigative needs, regardless of whether an Amber Alert is issued or there's suspicion of interstate travel.
Question.
Can you expand on maybe just the area where you guys are searching? Maybe if people see something in a certain area, they should be on heightened alert if they're in a certain area or part of town.
Sure.
Well, the terrain and stuff is like you see here. This is what people are searching in. But if they seen something yesterday evening or afternoon that we need to know, that's when they need to make the call or come by the command post.
Kind of landmarks and sort of an area you're sort of
Just around Ben Hill Road in that area. That's the main, because she's 5 years old and she left the house, and evidently she got a little farther than they expected.
Do you have any idea how much territory your volunteers or searchers are covering?
A lot. We have so many out there that they've broadened the scope. Plus, we've been able to utilize aircraft. THP's been wonderful with their helicopter and the medical helicopters with THP's FLIR at night. They've been flying today, and it's just outstanding how the community's come to help us, plus all the different resource agencies and the rescue squads and EMSs and all the law enforcement. And we just hope that we have a great result when we find Summer.
Have you gotten any leads?
At this time, we're following up on any and all leads. Again, thank you for being here. We encourage the public to call in any credible information to 1-800-TBI-FIND, and we continue to hold out hope for the best possible outcome. Thank you.
In a tweet, the TBI said it does not have a suspect or a vehicle description in connection to Summer's disappearance. However, the agency said it developed such information it would share it with the public immediately,